Hi students, myself Vivek Sajjan teaching you science subject in Chanakant Padil Central School, Kalburgi. So today we are going to discuss about the chapters force and laws of motion. In this chapter we are going to study about the main three laws of motion and balanced force and imbalanced force. What do we mean by force? These are the main concepts in this chapter we are going to discuss in this today's chapter. Okay. So this is they have given some introductory part. In that they are going to say that if we apply the force on any object, it will change its direction, or it will come to in motion, or it will come to in the position of rest, or it will changes its shape or size. So these are the different examples if you apply force on any object. For example, they have given the trolley moves along the direction we push it. So in which direction we push the trolley, in that direction the trolley will move. The drawer is pulled, the drawer is pulled out. If we pull in this direction, it will come out. If we pull in that direction, it will go inside the drawer. The the spring expands on application of force. The spring will expand if we apply the force on this object. See, a spherical rubber ball becomes oblong as we apply force on it. See, the shape of this spherical rubber ball is changing due to the application of force. See, the hockey stick hits the ball forward. If we hit the ball, it will go forward. Pushing, pulling or hitting objects changes their state of motion. Pushing, pulling and hitting of any object, it will changes its state of motion. State of motion means if it is in rest, it will come to the position in the motion. If it is in motion, then if you apply opposite force on that object, it will come to the rest. So these are the examples. If you apply the force on any object, it will change its state of motion. Okay, if it is in motion, if you apply the opposite force on that object, it will come to the rest. If the object is in rest, if we apply the force on that object, then it will come to the motion in the applied direction of force. Okay. So these are some examples they have given in your textbook. You can go through with that one. So next we are having balanced and unbalanced forces. So if we apply the same balanced force, force of energy on any object, it will be at rest. See, if I apply same force at both the side, then it will be at rest. If I apply more force on this hand, then it will go that side. Okay. So this is the one example they have given. See here, two forces acting on a wooden block. Okay. If you apply in both the direction same force, then it will be in rest position. Okay. If you apply more force on the x side, then it will move to the right side. If you apply more force on the y side, then it will go to the left side. Unbalanced force will make the object into the motion. If you apply balanced force on any object, then it will be in rest position. Okay. So this they have given one example for balanced force and unbalanced force. So with equal force, if the block is pulled from both the sides with equal force, then the block will not move. Such force are called balanced forces and do not change its state of rest or of motion. So if you apply the balanced force on any object, then it will be at the rest position or it will be in the same motion position. Okay. Whenever we apply the unbalanced force, then only the object will comes to the motion position or it will comes to the rest position. Okay. So you can see here they have given one example also here. If you applied unbalanced force, gravitational force is also applying on this block, and if we apply the more than the gravitational force, then the box will move from one place to another place. So this is the one example for the unbalanced force. If we apply the same force on any object, then it will be in rest position or in the same motion. Okay. So what happens when so we can see this one box example I have said you. What happens when we ride a bicycle? When we stop pedaling, the bicycle begins to slow down. This is again because of the friction force acting on the opposite direction of the motion. So they have given another one example. Whenever we are pedaling the cycle, if we leave the pedaling, then the cycle will become slower, and at certain time it will come to the rest position. So due to the application of friction or gravitational force, it will come to the at rest position. They have given some certain example for this unbalanced force and balanced force. Then we are having the first law of motion. First law of motion states that, so one second. The first law of motion, it will state that an object remains in the state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change the state by an applied force. Okay. So an object remains in the same or in the state of rest or of in the uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. So first law says that if any object if it is there in rest position or if it is in the motion, so it does not change its position or its motion. So until and unless the external force is applied on that object. So once again I will repeat, an object remains in the state of rest or of the uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. So if any object in rest or if any object in motion, so they does not change their, if the object is in rest, if we want to take that object in motion, then we should apply the external force on that object, and only it will come to the motion. If the object is in motion, if we want to take that object in the rest position, then we have to give the opposite force to that object and it will come to the rest position. So they are saying that the first law of motion is stated as an object remains in the state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force, applied external force or applied force. This is the first law of motion. So for example, if we are in the standing in some place, if I want to go to another place, I have to apply force to the external environment, such as air is there, such as friction is there, gravitational force is there. So whenever we apply the force on any object, then only the object will come to the motion. So if you apply opposite motion to the moving object, then it will come to the rest. So this is the first law of motion they have said. So then we are having, they have given certain example for the first law of motion. So only the carrom coin at the bottom of a pin is removed when a fast moving carrom coin hits it. So for example, they have given the carrom example. If we hit the bottom coin, only the bottom coin will come to the motion. Other object will be placed in the same place after moving the last coin. So this is the one example. If the object is in rest, then it will remains in the rest position until and unless the external force is applied on that. So only we are applying the force on last coin, then only it will move. The last coin only it will move from one place to another place. Other coins will come to the same place and same direction. So this is the one example for the first law of motion we have seen. And another one example they have given, when the card is flicked with the finger, the coin placed over it falls in the tumbler. So they have given another example, take one glass and put one small cardboard on that glass and keep on 5 rupees coin or 1 rupee coin. If we flicked this one card, the coin will be comes inside the glass. This is one example for the first law of motion. If you apply only force on this card, the card will comes to the motion. The coin will be in the same place. Why? Because it tends to be at rest. So this is another example for the first law of motion. So inertia and mass This is the another one, inertia and mass. All the examples and activities given so far illustrated that there is a resistance offered by the object to change its state of motion. If it is at rest, it tends to be remains in rest. If it is moving, it tends to be keep moving. This property of an object is called inertia. Inertia means if the object is in rest, it tends to be at rest. If the object is in moving, then it tends to be at motion. So this property of an object is called inertia. Inertia ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ ಒಂದು object rest ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it tends to be at rest. If the object is in motion, then it tends to be at motion. This property of an object is known as inertia. Okay? And you already know about the mass, and this is inertia and mass. They have given some example. See, for example they have given, so one example means if the bus is moving from one place to another place, so inside we are standing or sitting. So if the bus is suddenly brake, if the driver puts the suddenly brakes on the bus, we tends to be in motion. We will go somewhat forward and we will come backwards. Why? Because we tends to be at motion. If the object is in motion, then it will tends to get motion. Okay, so this is an example for the inertia. Okay, so next one is we are having second law of motion. In that, the second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of force. Second law of motion states that, so here we are having the second law of motion states that rate of change of momentum of an object. Rate of change of momentum. Momentum is movement. Rate of change of movement. If the object is in rest, then it will, if we want to take that rest object with the motion, then it is proportional to the applied unbalanced force. Applied unbalanced force ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Okay, if the second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force on the direction of force. In which direction we are applying the force, in the that direction only the object will move. Second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the unbalanced force is applied on the unbalanced force in the direction of force. You have to apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ unbalanced force ಅಷ್ಟು ಅದು motion ಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. You have to how much if we are putting the unbalanced force, that much of work done will be take place. So that is the second law of motion. In which direction we are applying the force, in that direction only the object will move. If we are applying the negative force on the moving object, then it will come to the at rest position. So the applied force, the unbalanced force which is applying on the object, that should be more than the gravitational force. If the object is at rest, then the unbalanced force will be, it should be more than the gravitational force. Then only it will move from one place to another place. Okay, so we have mathematical formulation for the second law of motion. So I will explain this one in next session. So go through with the textbook, the first law of motion, second law of motion, the statements of first law of motion and second law of motion, the example for the first law of motion and second law of motion, and what are the balanced forces and unbalanced force. So initially we have discussed somewhat what happens if we apply force on the any objects, it will changes its shape, size and direction. So these are the some example for the if we apply the force on any object. So go through with these topics. So thank you guys, see you in the next session.